Yeah, about the light of Quran, we can say that Quran has the light. Kalamuna nur. Allahu nur as-samawati wal ard. There are different actual reasons, scriptural and we can say evidence, spiritual and mental and emotional, we can say emotional or sensitive, related to the senses of the people, that he understands that Quran has the light, the kalam of the Imam has the light. I have the arguments, but we are not in that scope of time and place or session to speak about the, let's say, arguments to prove that Quran has the light. But believe it, as aslul mawdu'ah, as a principle that we speak in logic, believe that Quran has the light, okay? Kalam al-Imam has the light, a special light. It's not just like this light, okay? This light is a subsidiary of that light maybe, but it's not that, okay? That is a special light. The light of knowledge, for example, the light of Iman, the light of faith, the light of purity, the light of chastity, all of them are in terms of light, are in forms of light. You can feel it, you can understand it, don't you? Not maximally, not completely, not comprehensively, and its complexity in its complete form, but you can feel it. When you enter the holy shrine of Imam Rida alayhi salam, you can feel the special atmosphere. It is there. That is the light. That is the spirit. That is caused by the flying and coming and going and dispatching of the angels to that place. You will totally understand it. When you refer to Quran, there is a special type of feeling. That feeling, if it is promoted, if it is progressed, if it is reinforced and activated comprehensively into your heart and into your mind, it will lead, the final point and conclusion is to see the light, is to see the light with the eyes of heart. We can see that with the eyes of our mentality and mind, but not with the eyes of our heart, maybe, okay? But if this mind, the eyes of our mind, which are arguments, which are feeling this and that, you activate it, you don't take it for granted, you just pay attention to it, you have faith on it, then it will become activated, and it will go deep into the layers of your self and nafs. And it becomes one part of your characteristic and attributes, brothers and sisters. Just have faith, actually. That's all. That's all for this issue. If you had any point on this, I'm here to hear. I'm here to hear. Now, 169 page, Allah says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. These are the ayahs that we had yesterday and the days before. Page 170 and 169. We had it before. And today we had 170. Quran says what? واختار موسى قومه 70 رجلا لميقاتنا فلما أخذتهم الرجفة قال رب لو شئت أهلكتهم من قبل وإياي أتهلكنا بما فعل السفهاء منا إن هي إلا فتنتك تضل بها من تشاء وتهدي من تشاء أنت ولينا فاغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الغافرين. These are the words of the followers and the companions of Musa alayhi salam, about 70 people, that they were sent and they go to the miqat, the rendezvous, the meeting place they had with Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, after they were referring to idolatry again, After they saw a lot of miracles of Musa alayhi salam, the Yad al-Bayda, one miracle. The other, Mannu Salwa, on Surah Baqarah, the beginning of the chapter. Mannu Salwa. Actually, tapping of Musa alayhi salam to the rock, and 12 actually springs were flourished from that stone for the followers and the tribe of Musa to drink from that spring actually. Another one passing by over from the seabed of Nile. That was another one that Musa touched his wood to actually the sea or the Nile, and it was separated into two parts, and they could escape from the oppression of Pharaoh. They saw all the miracles, but after they were saved and they were released from all these calamities and catastrophes, what happened? They went back to what they were before, maybe less than a year before. They became idolaters again. They became statue worshippers again. They made somebody named Samiri in the tribe of Musa alayhi salam. He was a statue maker. He was an architect. He gathered with his friends a lot of actually golds, whatever jewelries people had, and they started making a statue again, an idol. Only for 40 days, because Musa alayhi salam was not among them for 40 days. However, Musa said, I have an appointment with Allah in the mountain for 30 days. I am leaving you for 30 days. I have been with you all these days and long ways up to now. But for 30 days, I'm going to have an appointment with Allah, maybe to reinforce myself. Or maybe Allah wants to test you. He doesn't say that. This 30 days is added with more 10 days. It becomes 40 days. If you know that, in the first 10 days of Dhul Hajjah, we say the Salat of Dhul Hajjah, 2 rak'ah between Salat al-Maghrib and Salat al-Isha, if you remember. Yes, we are just going to face this month of Dhul Hajjah actually. Thank you. Verse 142 of Surah A'raf. Please, if it is possible, paste, Sister Fatima, paste the verse here too. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says that when this 30 days became 40, وَإِذْ وَاعَدْنَا مُوسَى 40 لَيْلَةً ثُمَّ اتَّخَذْتُمُ الْعِجْلَ مِنْ بَعْدِهِ وَإِذْ وَاعَدْنَا مُوسَى 30 لَيْلَةً. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala had an appointment with Musa alayhi salam only for 30 days. The message is important, brothers, sisters. The message is important. Don't take just the ayah itself. Take the message. وَوَاعَدْنَا مُوسَى 30 لَيْلَةً وَأَتْمَمْنَاهَا بِعَشْرٍ. 10 days was added to that 30 days. فَتَمَّ مِيقَاتُ رَبِّهِ 40 لَيْلَةً. For 40 days, Allah said, I want to be with you, Musa. 10 days just added, not 4 days, 10 days added, and they became idolaters. They said, oh, Musa has not come. Maybe he's dead. Maybe something bad has happened to him and he's not, maybe he has forgotten us. A lot of, let's say, negative signals and spectrums from Shaitan came to their minds actually. And they said, Musa is not coming. Or maybe he has lied to us. Different justifications. So why? then we don't have the leader. We have to go back to our ancestors' customs and rituals, which was idolatry. Brothers, sisters, idolatry can be anything. Your laptop can be your idol. Your car can be your idol. Don't think that there is only statue with the name, that calf, which was made by samurai or samari. Okay, that is the idol. No, Imam alayhi salam says, "Kullu ma shaghalaka an rabbik fahuwa sanamuk." Everything that interferes in the relation between you and Allah and occupies you against Allah, it occupies your affairs totally, in a way that if you want to select Allah or select that, you select the other one. If it is that you want to say salat, you want to know that your car is your statue, is your idol or not. You want to know that your children are your idols or not. You want to know your house is your idol or not. You want to know that your, I don't know, whatever you think you love, you like, jewelries, even the knowledge of you, the classes you have, everything, kullu ma shagalaka, everything. Imam says, you want to know about that? Test yourself at the time of salat. Test yourself. It's time for salat. Then what happens? You say, no, I want to play with my laptop. I want to check my email. I want to, I don't know, refer to my Instagram and check what the messages are. That is a big and correct test. You can test yourself. Allah says, come to me, hayya ala khayr al-amal. The other place, this is one side. The other side is you yourself with your Instagram, with your YouTube, with this and that, all this stuff. Okay, which one do you select? If you release God and select this one, then this is your statue. This is your idol. Then the last message, if you were at the time of Musa, be sure you were one of those people who followed Samiri, not Musa and Harun. If you were at that time, then you can test yourself now. If Imam Zaman comes, I will say yes to Imam Zaman and labbaik to him. I say labbaik ya Mahdi, or I say labbaik ya Israel, labbaik ya YouTube, labbaik ya Instagram. I'm saying with my internal actions, I'm saying labbaik ya Instagram, not labbaik ya Allah, because I forget all about salat, just act and attach myself, detach from God, attach to the worldly and corporeal matters. Kullu ma shagalak. So this is the story of, yes, let me just write it for you. Kullu ma shagalaka. This is a very beautiful hadith. ربك فهو سنمك. Whatever occupies you against Allah, whatever, any kind of actor, even people, your wife, your husband, your children, your kids, your car, your house, your classes, whatever, you like or you don't like it. كل ما شغلك عن ربك occupies you against Allah, that is your idol. Allah says in this ayah, واختار موسى قومه 70 رجلا لميقاتنا فلما أخذتهم الرجفة قال رب لو شئت أهلكتهم من قبل وإياي. 70 people out of 700, they were the agents, they were the representatives that Musa alayhi salam selected them from. That 700 people, they were the best exemplars, they were the representatives to go with Musa alayhi salam to miqat, to the rendezvous, to the meeting place, to see God, to have the message of Allah, I don't know, whatever. They went there and asked Musa alayhi salam to ask Allah to show him to them. They asked this ayah. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says, لن تراني ولكن انظر إلى الجبل فإن استقر مكانه فسوف تراني. Oh, you cannot see me. You have seen hundreds of miracles before, and you are not still satisfied. You're not saturated. You want to see me? It's impossible. Logically, intellectually, rationally, it is impossible. And if it is possible, I'm not going to show you myself. That is the last territory. That is the last point. Even if it is possible. Why? Because you have seen everything and you don't believe it. And how can I warrant that if you see me, you will continue believing? After that, you will not continue believing. This is totally rational. When you give $100 to somebody, he is not grateful to you, brothers and sisters. How can you say and promise that if he is paid about more, $200 more, he's going to be grateful to you? He has not been grateful to that minimal part. He's going to be grateful to the maximal part? Never. Don't be gullible, fickle-minded. It's not possible. فاغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الغافرين. The followers of Musa went there. There was a big earthquake. When they asked Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala to show them, to manifest himself to them, there was a big earthquake. And Musa alayhi salam saw the signs of punishment of Allah. And he started having this dua. Oh Allah, if you wanted to kill us, you could have killed us before. Why here? He said this: you are going to revenge us because of the acts of the ignorant of ours. Some of us are ignorant. They have ignorantly done calf worshipping. I know that. You're going to revenge us because of them. You're going to kill us because of them. أَتُهْلِكُنَا بِمَا فَعَلَ السُّفَهَاءُ مِنَّا إِنْ هِيَ إِلَّا فِتْنَتُكَ. This is just a test from you. Fitna, test. تُضِلُّ بِهَا مَنْ تَشَاءُ. You misguide whomever you want. وَتَهْدِي مَنْ تَشَاءُ. And you guide whomever you want. أَنْتَ وَلِيُّنَا فَاغْفِرْ لَنَا وَارْحَمْنَا. You are my master. You are our master. You know, I believe this is the most beautiful phrase of this ayah. أَنْتَ وَلِيُّنَا. You are our master. That's it. If Allah hears this word with full compassion, with full inclination to He Himself, He will forgive. All the things are the preface, are the summary, are not principal, are not primary. All the things are secondary. This is the primary phrase. Anta waliyuna. Oh Allah, we love you. Oh Allah, we want you. We have mistakes, a lot of mistakes. A lot of sins do we have. But Anta waliyuna. You are a great master. I remember the dua Munajat Amir al-Mu'mineen, Munajatul Manzuma li-Amir al-Mu'mineen. It says that dua, that munajat, the supplication, a whisper supplication it is called. Najwa. Najwa means whispering, calmly and quietly talking to somebody you love, that is God. Asking for forgiveness and repenting. Okay? Amir al-Mu'mineen salam says in that munajat, أنت الراحم وأنا المرحوم فهل يرحم المرحوم إلا الراحم أنت الغافر وأنا المذنب وهل يرحم المذنب إلا الغافر. You are the forgiver and I am the sinner. And who is going to forgive a sinner except a forgiver? I know I'm a sinner. And tawaliyuna, Musa says this, the lovely relation with Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. Bring, brothers, sisters, don't expect you are going to be forgiven, with, I don't know, bringing a lot of witnesses of a'mal towards your Lord here in dunya and akhirah. And Allah will forgive you and let you go to heaven and release you from the fire. No. Don't bring your salat. Don't bring your a'mal, because our a'mal is meaningless. We have to do it here in dunya. We have to do it as best as possible. But it's nothing. Allah has seen a lot of bigger a'mals in Amir al-Mu'mineen, in his prophets, in Rasulullah, in Fatima al-Zahra. What is our amal? What is our actions? Nothing. What will you bring to Allah? So Allah looks at you with the eyes of blessing, with the eyes of mercy. What? Oh Allah, imagine this is the day of judgment. Your hand, you want to have with your Lord your a'mal. You say, oh Allah, this is my salat. No. This is my sound. No. This is my charity giving. No. If you say this, Allah believes you're arrogant. You think you're somebody. No. Bring your poverty. Bring your poverty to Allah. Bring tears. That's all. Bring tears. Poverty. Allah loves poverty. And tawaliyuna. This is poverty. You see? And tawaliyuna. أنت الراحم وأنا المرحوم وهل يرحم المرحوم إلا الراحم. أنت المتكبر وأنا الخاشع وهل يرحم الخاشع إلا المتكبر. Nobody can and ever can. This is the best and beautiful part of this ayah. أنت ولينا. First, you are my master. That's all. And I'm your slave. Believe in this. Do you remember last session we talked about iman and faith? Believe in this. فاغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الغافرين. Continue, and we continue. واكتب لنا. Musa alayhi salam talks to Allah. Musa alayhi salam talks to Allah. I remember a story. It is said by ulama that one of the scholars, if I'm not wrong, I just forgot the name because I just heard it some years ago, he had heard that ulama or ummati afdal min anbiya Bani Israil. There is a hadith that is said the ulama of the ummah of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is a beautiful story. Listen up. I want to say why Musa alayhi salam likes to talk to Allah a lot. Musa was this. That is why he was named Kalimullah, interlocutor, speaker to Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. You see, وَاخْتَارَ Musa, and starts from here. قَالَ رَبِّ. From here he starts talking. You see, 3 lines here, 3 other lines there. He speaks with Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. That is a lot. That is a lot. Why? In other parts, when he was in the miqat, the rendezvous with Allah, when he wanted to become a prophet, I want to say this story. He started to talk to Allah a lot. And Imam al-Khomeini, he says, he was asked, Imam al-Khomeini here, the Islamic revolution leader, late leader, he was asked, among the prophets, which prophet do you like most? He said, I like Musa alayhi salam. And he was asked why. He said, because he was so brave in going towards Allah and wanted to speak to Allah a lot. Wanted to speak to Allah directly. You know, Musa alayhi salam was really brave. He was really brave. That is why Imam Khomeini says, because of his actually braveness, I like him. Musa was like this. That scholar had heard this hadith, ulama ummati afdal min anbiya Bani Israil. The scholars of Ummah of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam are better than the messengers of Bani Israil. He didn't know why this is like that. And Khidr alayhi salam, if I'm not wrong, had this also question. Why, O Prophet, you had said this hadith, are really your ulama better than the Anbiya of Bani Israil? Is it possible? This alim sees Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Musa and Khidr in a dream. Musa and Khidr are sitting next to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and this alim comes closer to Prophet and to Musa and to Khidr alayhim salam. Musa alayhi salam asks this alim, what's your name? Only one question. He says, my name is Muhammad, for example. My last name is, I don't know, Muhammadi, and I am 80 years old. I am married. I have studied this much Hawza and seminary, this and that. Suddenly Musa alayhi salam told him, why do you answer this long? I just asked you one question. Why do you answer with different and several propositions and statements? It is articulate that you answer one in relation to one question, not 10 sentences in relation to one question. Yeah, that is logical. Suddenly, this scholar said to him, okay, if Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala asks you, Ya Musa, وَمَا هِيَ بِيَمِينِكَ مَا تِلْكَ بِيَمِينِكَ يَا Musa. When Musa alayhi salam went to Miqat and the rendezvous of Allah, he asked you, what is in your right hand, Musa? What did you say? You said to Allah, قال هي عصاي أتوكل عليها وأحش بها على غنمي وهي لي معارب أخرى. You gave 4 answers to Allah. This is my stick. أتوكل عليها. I lean to that. أحش بها على غنمي. I just pour the leaves of the trees down for my sheep so they use it and they eat it. And 4, what is that? What is 4? And there are other benefits in that. Why did you answer 4 statements when Allah asked you one question? In that possession, in that time, Prophet Muhammad and Musa alayhi salam laughed, smiled. And Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to Musa alayhi salam and Khidr, now didn't I tell you that the ulama of Bani Israil, ulama of my ummah are better than you, actually the prophets of Bani Israil, not the Musa alayhi salam, however, because they are the possessors of determination. Musa, Ibrahim, they are the great prophets. This is just a story to say that the scholars of ummah of Prophet have great ranks actually. Anyhow, you see, Musa alayhi salam wanted to speak to Allah. قال رب لو شئت أهلكتهم من قبل وإياي أتهلكنا بما فعل السفهاء منا إن هي إلا فتنتك تضل بها من تشاء وتهدي من تشاء أنت ولينا فاغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الغافرين. واكتب لنا في هذه الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة. These are all the words of Musa speaking to Allah. إنا هدنا إليك قال عذابي أصيب به من أشاء. And Allah speaks. Allah responds. قال عذابي أصيب به من أشاء. My punishment will be faced by those who I want. ورحمتي وسعت كل شيء. And my blessing is covered all the things. فسأكتبها للذين يتقون ويؤتون الزكاة والذين هم بآياتنا يؤمنون. I will write my blessing for those who have the piety, taqwa, God-wary, taqwa. What's the meaning of taqwa? Tell me. I want you to tell me the meaning of taqwa. Think and write it there, okay, please. We have heard this word a lot, but we don't know what taqwa is. In one word, two words, or three words, for example, or in one sentence, tell me what taqwa is. When are you called taqwa? Okay, no, not the literal meaning. Explain it to me, sister. Okay? Explain it to me. That is a synonymous word. Taqwa means piety, okay? No, I don't want that. I want explaining. Explain it to me what taqwa is. فسأكتبها للذين يتقون ويؤتون الزكاة والذين هم بآياتنا. They are pious, they are having taqwa, they are muttaqi. They give to charity. They give money, they give knowledge, they give dignity, whatever. It's not only money. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ بِآيَاتِنَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. Iman and faith. The very discussion that we had last session, Allah Ta'ala repeats again here this very important issue, taqwa and iman. However, giving money to charity and zakat is also one part of taqwa. But why Allah says and emphasizes it here? Because of its importance. Without zakat, one cannot be muttaqi, taqwa. One cannot have taqwa. Even if he is the best worshipper. All the time in Qur'an, directly, as there is an emphasis and mentioning of salat, after that there is the mentioning of zakat. Salat is relation with Allah, zakat is relation with people. You cannot have a correct relation with Allah while you don't have a good relation with His people. The way to Allah is paved through His people. You cannot have a solitude life with, if you want to have Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. So let's see what is taqwa. Let's see what our brothers and sisters have written. Fear from Allah. Fear from Allah. Allah is fearful. That's not a right word. However, we say that. Why we fear from Allah? Can you elaborate on it? Protect yourself from your lowly desires. Your lowly, mashallah, good. Sister Sayyida, protect yourself from your lowly desires. Taqwa means to keep yourself away from sin. MashaAllah, Muntazir, I don't know, brother or sister. Sanya, it's a state when, MashaAllah, it's a state. State of what? It's a state of self-control. As just says here, it's a state when an individual puts his effort to his ideas, not actually to his ideas, so as to protect from the wrath of Allah, says, yes. But it's better to say it's a state that the person has activated his mentality against sins, against the commands of, to do the commands of Allah and abstainment from the sins, actually. This state is called taqwa, actually. Ideas about faith. And we have Sister Zahra to be pious, be conscious of Allah, mashallah. considering Allah is watching and doing every deed, mashallah, watch. However, watching means muraqabah, not taqwa. Muraqabah leads to taqwa. Muraqabah means to be watchful. Every moment of your life, you have to be watchful about what you say, what you hear, what you see, what you speak, what you do and act with your organs, bodily organs. This is because every part of our organs and body, we are responsible for that and we will be questioned for that. Amal and acts with the presence of Allah in the heart, mashallah. Sister Zarina, Sister Khadija, believe in God, fearing, mashallah. Muntazir, self-defense against destructive force. Very nice, very nice. Self-defense, brother or sister Muntazir says, self-defense against every destructive force. Very good, I like this definition, self-defense. You know, sometimes forget about the religious terms, okay? You need to speak to people very commonly, intellectually, mentally. Forget about the religious terms. Sometimes you have to analyze the religious terms. Religious terms are really difficult. What is Iman? Okay, I want to reach to God. How? Somebody says through Iman and Taqwa. But he says, what is Iman and Taqwa? I want to know what Iman and Taqwa is. Then you have to just propound on it, have the contemplation mentally and commonly with common words, explain the meaning of Iman and Taqwa to the people. One of the, I mean, sorry to say this, but weak and naive aspects of our brothers and sisters in responding to the questions that I just did for you last session was this, that all of you just trying to, most of you actually trying to explain the things religiously. However, religious items are really difficult, are at the climax, are at the highest point and pinnacle. Then we have to make them simplified, okay, with easy words. For example, I asked the mechanism. What is the mechanism of reaching to barakah from Iman and Taqwa? What is that mechanism? My keyword in this question is this, mechanism. Somebody says, for example, through through salat, for example. Okay, what is salat? Salat is part of taqwa itself, okay? Through being good to people. I want the mechanism. By mechanism, I mean the steps, level by level. What happens after Iman? It happens taqwa. What happens after taqwa? Taqwa means what? Self-control or self-defense against every destructive word. Taqwa means make your actions and deeds and your thoughts and your bodily acts and deeds compatible with the world, just like a magnet, just like a magnet. Let me just share a picture with you. Say salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. If I just find this picture for my brothers and sisters, that would be really, really nice. Taqwa means to be like a magnet, okay? And I'm going to show you how. Taqwa is like being a magnet. Okay. Yeah, I have it here. I share it with you. Look at this magnet. Do you have this picture, brothers, sisters? Do you have it? Okay, look at the picture. This is taqwa. Taqwa is the right one. The loss or lack of taqwa is the left one. What is the difference? Can you tell me what is the picture on the left? What is the picture on the right? What is the picture on the right? Sorry, just a moment. Actually, I don't usually respond to the telephone, my cell phone, but actually my mom is calling. I have to stop for a little bit and join you, inshallah. Okay. Then share it again. Look, the right one is taqwa, the left one is loss or lack of taqwa. What is the right one? The right one is the picture of a magnet. The left one is the picture of an iron or a metal, whatever type of a metal is that. The metals are different in terms of connection and attraction to an absorption by a magnet, actually, okay? So the more, let's say, among the metals, iron is more absorbable to a magnet. Why? Because the signals, the structure of the signals in a magnet is so similar to an iron, much closer to each other. But the more chaotic, listen to this word, the more chaotic the structure of one metal is, the less it is absorbable to one magnet. Okay, now imagine the world, okay, is like a magnet on the left, and the right is you, okay? So what happens, this is the structure and mechanism I want to say. Taqwa means you make your signals and your structure aligned and paralleled to the signals of the universe. Do you know? So what happens? Then your signals become very much compatible and similar to the signals and the structures of the universe. Then the attraction happens, absorption happens, fast absorption, active and strong absorption happens. But if, for example, you keep a piece of wood closer to a magnet, what happens? No attraction. You have to attract them together by force, okay? You know what I'm saying? So when the signals are aligned and are parallel and are similar to each other, the absorption happens. So taqwa means this. Taqwa means doing good jobs, forgetting about sins, and following the commands of Allah. It's a type of self-control, the state of self-control. When you do this, it is as if you do yourself, you make yourself compatible with the rules of universe. The rules of universe are magnets. You have a magnet, okay? These attach to each other. There is a rule called the secret of absorption. It happens. It's a wrong theory, however. I don't believe in that. It says if you think, you will attract. If you think about something, you focus and concentrate about that, you will actually attract it and you will reach to that thing. This is not right. It's not only thought. It's your eyes, it's your ears, it's your tongue, it's your actions and deeds. All of them should be compatible. That is the secret. Western psychology only focuses on mind. Islamic psychology focuses on mind, on heart, on actions and deeds. It says all of them should be purified. All of them should be compatible with the world. If that compatibility happens, it means the balance between the signals in the exterior world and the signals in the interior world. Then the attraction happens. What is this attraction? What is this absorption? Barakah. What did we call about barakah? How did we define barakah? We said barakah is a constant blessing, constant, useful blessing. When two magnets which are similar to each other connect to each other, it becomes so constant. Detaching them from each other is really difficult. This is constant. And it is useful. What is useful in connection and the attachment of two magnets together, or a magnet to an iron? What happens? It is useful because they're attached. They're not detached. In blessing, in barakah, the barakah, which means the constant and useful blessing, you will have this. It cannot be happened only through taqwa. So what I mean is this, brothers and sisters, the mechanism I want, speak commonly, speak through the minds of the people and hearts of the people, not through the religious ideology of the people. Because if you speak religiously, only a Muslim can understand. Non-Muslims will not understand. But if you speak mentally through the minds of the people, minds are similar to each other. Aql and intellect are very much similar to each other. Religious is an external part of man's life, but aql is an internal, embedded, capacitated in man's actually existence. So this is about taqwa. So taqwa is like magnet. Magnet is what? Is compatibility. If a magnet's signals, if an iron signals, a metal signals are compatible with and aligned and parallel with the signals and the spectrums of a magnet, they are attached to each other. And this is the meaning of taqwa, actually. I think our time is over. I have a lot of words to say. Your answers were really good. But I said, please, 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 pay attention and watch the questions carefully, and always try to speak to the people not only through religious terms, but through actually intellectual and rational terms that could be understood by all people. For example, if you explain taqwa to one person, very small, a child, he will understand. Good examples first. Second, good explanation. Inshallah, I wish and I hope my explanations are clear enough. Now, let's review the questions and the points of our brothers and sisters. And inshallah, after that, we bid farewell. Taqwa is being, mashallah, mindful of your duties to Allah. Very nice, very nice. This mindfulness is very good. Iman is to have faith. By Sister Maryam, it was said. Sania, Iman is to have faith in something, but taqwa refers to do something or show some action regarding this faith. Good. However, Iman is the preliminary step, is the infrastructure for taqwa. Iman is to have belief in mind and heart. And if there is not any belief, there would be no actions. There would be no actions, to be honest, actually. So Iman is prior to taqwa. That is why in that surah, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says, وَلَوْ أَنَّ أَهْلَ الْقُرَىٰ آمَنُوا وَاتَّقَوْا. First Iman, second taqwa. That is why Allah first says Iman and then says taqwa. Sania, thank you. There are 4 stages of this mechanism, and to refrain from that which is forbidden and to make a strenuous effort to win his pleasure. Stage of idea, action, suffering, and rewards. I just saw your answer, sister, in your, Sister Sania, in your actually answer sheets that was sent to me. But however, it is somehow controversial. We can debate, and I will just write the answer to your answer, inshallah, there. It's not only idea or action, the mechanism actually, and suffering and rewards. Why suffering? This suffering is also questionable by many people. Why should I suffer? Isn't it possible to gain felicity and happiness without suffering? This is it. Sheikh Zishan, yes, yes. And Sister Qurratul Ain, can you kindly zoom? Oh, sorry. I just saw that lately. It's just like a magnet. That picture was like that. The difference between a magnet and the iron, aligning yourself to the will of Allah. Pics are not clear, so okay. Sorry, I think the picture was not clear enough, but you can just see that on the net. You can just search for it. There are a lot of pictures about that. The difference between the magnet and the iron. Taqwa acts as a magnet through which we can lead ourselves towards right path. Exactly, that right path. This, what is right path? Right path means compatible your will to the will of Allah. What does that mean? This is religious. This is religious term. As an example, make your will compatible and submit your will to the will of Allah. But what is the will of Allah? The will of Allah is the rules of nature. Nature and ultra nature. Go and find the rules of nature, what exists, what does not exist, what are the rules, to do's and not to do's, in relation to things, to people, to places, to times, and everything else, and to yourself. What is right, what is wrong, actually. Then you will make yourself compatible to the nature and ultra nature. And if you make yourself compatible and align with nature and ultra nature, it is as if you have aligned with the will of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Barakah is something good and beyond expectation, which comes and continues to come and is preserved and protected. By Sister Khadija. Thank you. The meaning of very beautifully and articulately explained barakah, something good and beyond expectation. However, it's not beyond expectation, sometimes beyond, because we don't have the full knowledge. We have actually lack of knowledge, but not for all. That is why this definition, this part of definition cannot be for all, because an imam, for somebody who is a scholar, he knows the natural consequence of your action is this, okay? He knows that. Just like a father that says, or a teacher to his son or to his student, don't do this, otherwise you will be fired from the school. He knows the natural consequences are like this. Sometimes beyond expectation, sometimes not, which comes and continues to come, and it is preserved and protected, mashallah. Iman is inner side of man, and taqwa is the result in action. Thank you, Sister Sayyida Sania. Stage of suffering where we have to prove that our God is strongest than any obstacle. Stage of suffering where we have to prove that our God is strongest than any obstacle. Okay, again, it's religious. I'm with you, it's correct, but very religious. How do we know that? How is it possible that through suffering the things, we will understand that Allah is stronger? Somebody might be defeated in sufferings. Somebody might find death, not felicity, however, misery and desperateness. Okay, then how can he understand that Allah is dominating all the obstacles, is over all the things? Because he has not faced this one. So this suffering cannot be fully justified if we say it is only to believe that Allah is more powerful and stronger than anything this. I justify this in reference of Qur'an. Yes, that's right. That's right. Religious, in religious term, you're totally right. And that suffering is the very important thing. And we have to speak about that one session, because this world is the world of conflicts and controversies, you know. And without the conflicts, one man cannot reach to felicity. The world is conflict and tazahum and contradiction is embedded. By contradiction, I don't mean philosophical contradiction, conflict. I mean act, counteract, okay? Act and counteract. For example, there is energy, there is an energy actually opposite to that one, okay? Then the world is filled with this one. If you don't suffer anything in this world, it cannot become complete, actually. That is, but we have to speak that analytically, mashallah. But I skipped the view of others like non-Muslims. Sorry for that. I got you. Thank you. May Allah bless you, brothers and sisters. Thank you for participating. I really appreciate your participation in our discussions and however, I speak more than you. And I know it's not that much fair, but we have a very shortage of time. I wish we had more time so that we could have you speaking verbally here and writing more and more. So we actually, by coinciding and conflicting ideas, we produce new ideas and new knowledge. Inshallah, however, we think and our thoughts may conflict with each other, inshallah. However, it's not possible through mere words and talking. Thank you. Any other points? Jazakallah khair, Sayyid Abbas. May Allah bless you too. Nice to have you here also. See you, inshallah, next session. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining and participation. May Allah bless you. May Allah give you all tawfiq. And may Imam al-Jawad alayhi salam gives a clear attention and look to you on this blessed night, inshallah. Ask him. These nights are special. Don't lose them. Ask them. Connect yourself and your soul to the soul of Imam al-Jawad alayhi salam. These times are like special canals that you can very fast. It's just like a fast running bike or motorcycle. It differs. These times are like this, actually. It's special times. Ayyam al-Allah. Thank you. May Allah bless you. Wafi aman Allah. Don't forget praying for us and doing du'as for each other. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa alihi al-tahirin.